Just walking down Superior Street as we make our way to the Junk Food Film Festival, night 1. It's reaching the mid-30s again. Thought winter was over, but there was even snow this morning, so I guess it's not done quite yet. Time to get inside. Time to get warm.
One of my coworkers.
What's the name?
It has like a massive collection of
Here's the different things that are being shown. And of course, we're famous at
yeah, they could come and get me for like. So I just grabbed it like.
Oh my god.
You know how when you hosting this as we go along, I want to thank you all for joining us. This has been a labor of love for the past several months. It's something pretty special for us. You know, when we started this out, we wanted to do something really special, which is why we went the extra mile and booked the president of Troma, Lloyd Kaufman, to join us tonight. And then he canceled because apparently 2 planes is too many. So unfortunately, Lloyd will not be with us. But then his assistant said they'd send us a video intro of Lloyd welcoming you all to our festival. He didn't do that either. So that'll make for an interesting screening tomorrow night. But anyway, it's still going to be a great festival. We still put together a lot of really great films for you to check out. I would highly recommend coming to everything. Like I said, we tried really hard to find things that you wouldn't see anywhere else, except mostly Tubi. So let's see, what did I forget? Okay, now we're moving on to audience participation. So the great thing about our festival...
Well, also stick around for trivia after the movie, because we'll be doing some trivia and giving away prizes.
Lots of prizes.
So don't scamper off as soon as credits roll, because you want to win some prizes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so some drinking games and audience participation.
So, audience participation. So one of the greatest things about this festival is you don't need to be quiet. You can just have fun, you can yell out stuff.
Riff
Obviously,
as much as you want, just don't be an asshole.
Riff the room, I mean, read the room, you know, don't be a dick. That's our main rule.
It's high, even higher than the mountains, Zach? Well, it's hard to tell. The towers are straight up, while the tops of mountains are on top of slanted ground.
Look to the very top. Is that the highest point of imagination?
Is that the highest point of imagination?
Was featured in a commercial for what popular candy bar? Tony.
Was it Snickers?
It was Snickers.
Rem Lezar. There you go.
Good job.
That's it. What a great first night. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Day 2 of the Junk Food Film Festival. What are we showing today?
Director is a guy named Jim Wyszorski, but that is just one of his many names. You see, I don't know if you're familiar with this world, but there's some directors out there who direct horror films, kids films, and porn, and usually direct them all out of the same house. If you've ever seen the movie A Talking Cat, anybody? There you go, yeah, Talking Cat, yeah. That guy is one of those examples. So this is another one of those guys, Jim Wyszorski. His name, some of the other names he goes by, Sam Pepperman, Jay Andrews, H.R. Blueberry, Bob Robertson, Rob Robertson, Harold Blueberry, Tom Papadopoulos, Andrew James, Salvador Ross, and Rip Masters. So he goes by a lot. His filmography is varied, everything from Chopping Mall to Little Miss Millions to Dinosaur Island to Ghoulies 4 to The Bear Wench Project to The Lust Connection to The Busty Cops to, it's just everything. Busty Cops Go Hawaiian, that's my favorite. He also made Sexapede, which is about these doctors trying to find, at the moment of orgasm, your body produces a sexapede in your body, and they were trying to take that out. So I would watch that one, that's a really good one. But anyway, so we took that, we remixed it, you're gonna get to watch Munchie, it'll be a lot of fun. We also have, we did wanna make this a full-on film festival, so we did accept submissions from all across the country. We told people, send us your most messed up stuff. We got a lot of stuff. It was weird. So we have a film that's opening right before Munchie. It's a short film from the cities called Voyeurism. Thomas Slipsager made that film. It's a weird one. And then you'll also see clips from another weird film called Cucamonga by Dominic Rivers, and that'll be in Munchie. So enjoy. Marin's going to go over the drinking game for the morning for, you know, your coffee or energy drink.
Yeah, I know it's 10 a.m., but it is also 4:20, so if you got a THC drink or a coffee, or, you know, if you are drinking, we're not here to judge. So drinking games, drink anytime Munchie says pal. You will be drunk very quickly if you are drinking. Drink anytime you see our sponsor's logo used as a censor bar. And drink anytime Munchie does something inappropriate, because he is up to no good, so you'll be drinking a lot. All right, have fun and enjoy Munchie Remix.
And Dom DeLuise as the voice of Munchie.
Hey, sometimes you gotta help people in spite of themselves.
Magical, mystical, Munchie.
All right, that was Munchie, which it wasn't all of Munchie. They may have edited a scene from Remember Me at the end, because if you've seen Munchie, Munchie, the main character here, ends up stealing an airplane. They might have edited it with a scene from Remember Me.
In the middle that we missed, like where it just zoomed to like pictures of Munchie and like old time like Egyptian.
Oh, right.
There, World War II with Hitler.
Yeah, then they cut to there was him.
He's the good guy in the end.
There was him with Hitler, him with Donald Trump, and then of course him with Greg Marcus.
Yeah.
And if you, I got this VHS of the sequel, Munchie Strikes Back, which says here, if you buy 2, you get 1 free. This is actually a screener copy, so this would have been the copy I believe they would have provided to like video stores before the movie came out. They could like show it on the TV, I suppose, or I guess watch it and decide if they want to pick it up. I don't really know, but this is really interesting. Do I have to watch the full Munchie now to watch the sequel, though, to understand it? What did you think of the Munchie? Yeah.
I liked it. But
like,
also,
genuinely liked it?
I genuinely liked it.
Yeah, so we didn't like, what do we
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I would compare it to like other
bad movies, like
like trauma movies, I guess.
yeah.
Are the closest thing, which is basically the same band that he's ever made in.
This one is Roger Corman, so I guess it kind of makes sense. You know what? The animatronic was actually kind of impressive.
Yeah.
But like, it's like they figured out everything with it, like how to move the eyebrows and the eyeballs and everything. And then it's like they didn't care about actually synchronizing it to anything. They just kept constantly moving him around. I'm like, this is impressive, but
or the hands were just like
they were
the
just
camera
constantly
would zoom in
moving
on the hands, and he was just.
I got distracted by the eyebrows because they kept just moving up and down, and his eyeballs were like blinking a million times, and I was like, I'm impressed. But at the same time, this is, he's not matching up with any of the words he's actually saying. And then he stole an airplane, which actually happens in the movie. And, you know, that was just back in, what year was this? The sequel was 94. I think the first one was like the 90s at least. But back in the 90s when you could just walk onto an airplane and steal it.
I had young Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Credited as Love Hewitt.
It's just Love Hewitt.
I want this remix version to be available to everybody. This should be the one that everyone has to watch.
And directed by Keith Tyler Hopkins. It's a local film. It's a work in progress, so he's currently still working on the music and VFX and stuff like that. But we just wanted to give you a little preview of this. I'm gonna crank the volume up as loud as it goes because this movie is best experienced really fucking loud.
Thanks for watching. Hi, Matt.
Hey. All right, so I can't stand it at film festivals when the moderator hogs the mic. So I'm just gonna give this to Keith. If anybody got any questions, fire away.
Well, thanks for watching, you guys. A lot of people in the room helped me with this in big ways and small ways. It's a work in progress, so there's a lot of visual effects and a lot of sound design that I still have yet to do. It's going to be an hour and 30 minutes total. The other 2 acts are shot and mostly edited, but you know, it's a slow process. So it was really nice to see it on a big screen, kind of absorb, you know, the audience reaction to it. So Anybody have any questions, comments? I really want to know what people think of it. If you love it or if you hate it, doesn't really matter to me, but I do want to know what you think. So, any questions?
I had a question.
Yes, Jessica.
So, as you're in the theater watching it, do you feel like you're going to change any of the first act now that you've seen it? Because I imagine you haven't seen it on a big screen yet.
No, not a big screen like this. I don't know if I'm going to change. You know, I mean, it's so hard for me to know. You know, I'm going to be sending it out to people for anonymous feedback. I have like a whole crew of people. Because, you know, as I'm watching it, I'm like, man, this is like so boring. You know, but I've watched it like 100,000 times. Yeah. So it's like, I don't even know what to think of it anymore.
Oh,
so,
okay, I see.
So yeah. Andy.
So I noticed all of the different little things you made. I mean, that's got to be a ton of work. Like,
yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so the first helmet I made was the helmet for the main character, and that took me like, I don't know, 16 hours. Because I was just like being like so careful. I'm like, God, I spent $30 on this helmet, and I don't know where I can find another one, and if I destroy it, there's no going back. So I was like very careful about like building it, and then once I like started to feel comfortable, I just started like slamming stuff together. Yeah. And so like the welding helmet, that's like the secondary character, Ishki 1.0. That one came together like way faster. And then the kid's helmet, the character that you saw at the very end, I like slammed that together. I was like, all right, I feel good, you know, I feel like I know the vision, you know, and I can just start slamming stuff together. So.
Was that fun at least?
Yeah. I mean, you know, like as, you know, filmmaking becomes so much more like of a digital process, you know, and like sitting in a chair, you know, it's like, it was really nice to spend like the first few months of this project just like building stuff in the basement. You know, my daughter, she's 6 and she loves like working on this stuff with me. She likes, you know, just like kit bashing. I don't know if you've ever heard of kit bashing, but it's when you buy model pieces and make a new model out of it. And so like I'm mostly working with found objects, but she just like loves, you know, messing around with lots of bolts and screwdrivers and stuff. So it's fun. Jesse.
At the end of that 30-minute clip, we got to see Ishiki go to all those different places in the past and all those photos. Was that inspired by Munchie?
Is there a scene like that in Munchie? Oh yeah, totally inspired by Munchie. Yes, I saw that for the first time this morning, and I was like, "That's going in my movie." Ran back home, made a quick edit. Yeah, totally.
The filmmaker was kind enough to let us screen it for free. Very nice guy. Talked to him. I would encourage you, you know, throughout the festival to rate the films on Letterboxd as you have been. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun reading your reviews.
Yes.
Make sure you mention you saw it at Junk Food Film Festival so we know it's one of you.
Exactly. That being said, filmmakers are real people, and so try not to hurt too many feelings. I know that we're having a lot of fun at this festival, but our main rule, as we've said many times before, is don't be a dick. We're just having a good time. We're watching a lot of movies, so have fun.
He told me that he has been chained up in a brick cell with a wood door.
It's such a nice town. Why are people going missing?
I don't want to do it anymore.
Hey, what's up, Junk Food Film Fest? It is I, Stephen Kramer Glickman, aka Gustavo Rock from the TV show Big Time Rush. Now, the reason that I'm here today is to talk to you about Love on a Leash, one of the worst piece of shit movies to ever exist. And I should know because I'm the voice of the dog in this terrible, horrendous film. Couple little interesting notes about the film. I was paid for my role with a bag of homemade wontons and 2 cantaloupe. Here's another fun fact about Love on a Leash. The 2 lead actors in the film, the 2 of them actually got married in real life and had a kid, and refused to ever speak of this film ever and forever. So I actually kept my name off of the film because before the film came out, I was cast to play Shrek in Shrek the Musical on Broadway, and then on to doing Big Time Rush. So I didn't want my name to have anything to do with this film. But then during the pandemic, a review of it went viral, and a friend of mine was like pushing me, and so I finally came out and told everybody that I'm the dog. One last little piece of information. The reason that everything is green in the film is because our lead actress is supposed to be horny, which is what the director Fen Tien told me. It's also the reason why she has acne, because if you don't get laid, you get acne. That's what she said. That's what it's. Sadly, and this is true, Fien Ten, the director, never got to see the finished film or unfinished film because it is missing all the music. Because she was hit by a bus and killed a few years ago. But the film has gone on to massive success, much more success than she ever thought. I hope you enjoy or don't enjoy it. It doesn't matter to me. This movie fucking sucks. But enjoy one of the worst films of all time, Love on a Leash. The story about a woman that falls in love with a dog, and then it turns into a man, and then she has sex with it, and then it turns back into a dog. Enjoy. Love you guys.
Love on a Leash.
You want dog food?
Yeah, I'm a dog, genius.
Wanted to bring you some special surprises and treats this year. It's our first year. We wanted to kick it off big, so that's why we invited Lloyd Kaufman. Remember, I invited Lloyd Kaufman, and he said yes, but then he canceled. So I was like, no, never mind. We got it in the bag. We have a filmmaker who lives in this state who's associated with a cult classic called Microwave Massacre. His name's Craig Muckler. He's the producer. We can have him come. He said, sure. He's not coming. I'm sorry. Yeah, Matt, you want to come down here? We have a text message from Craig, the producer of Microwave Massacre, that Matt will now read.
All right, so why can't he be here tonight, Matt?
Okay, so in typical Craig fashion, most of what he says doesn't really make much sense anyway, but I asked, hey Craig, are you coming to your movie tonight? And he said, I do. I'm actually at home right now, just on the phone with Financial for Film, so it doesn't look like it's going to happen, damn it. Anyway, you told him Craig Muckler Microwave is tied up in an actual production meeting about Financial for a werewolf film right now, and it's true. The end. That was Craig's response, so thank you, Craig.
Sorry.
Well,
But
thank you,
that
Matt.
gives us more time, before Class of Nuke 'Em High 2 starts, so take a little break. get some drinks,
5:50
some
free
food.
show starts, but yeah, enjoy your break.
Microwave Massacre. This is it, May.
You're a walking contraceptive.
Say, you look so much better in the dark.
Hello. Hi. I feel like I have to go to the front. Hi. Hello. Let's hear a round of applause and some noise for our host of this evening for this event. This whole thing has been nothing short of amazing. Now, life crippled my soul decades ago, so I never have expectations for anything. Had I expectations for this festival, they would have been exceeded many times over. So, my name is Corey. I'm here to represent the Twin Ports Horror Society. Woo! Woo! I loved all that unprompted excitement. I loved it. Is anybody here a member of our Facebook group?
Yes.
Okay. If you're not, please check us out on Facebook and on YouTube. We put on a lot of weird events around here, so we'd like to see you. We have a lot of fun on the internet as well. So I got into trashy and B movies simultaneously through two different outlets when I was young. The first, of course, was the video rental store. You guys remember, some of you remember that, right? So, obviously my mom would rent me Monster Squad, but she wasn't gonna rent me Frankenhooker. So I had to find another outlet to see the movies I really wanted to see. And we had cable television, so that's where USA Up All Night came in. All I had to do was stay up late on Friday and Saturday, and I could see all sorts of weird shit. I got to see campy comedies like Rock and Roll High School, which I loved. Sleazy movies like Reform School Girls, which I also loved. Horror and slasher movies like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. I loved those too. But what I absolutely loved the most was all of the wildest, weird, unhinged shit that they would play. And those were usually trauma movies. So this Class of Nuke 'Em High Part 2 is one of those movies I saw many times before. I should not have seen it. I was definitely way too young, even though it was edited for television. And it was a big part of my development for liking weird things and turning out into whatever it is I am today. So I'm very excited for everyone to see it. If you want a drinking game for this, just drink every time that you think I'm stupid for thinking this is one of the best movies that was ever made. That'll get you there. But I also like when there's a lot of noise during these movies too. So if you see an evil corporation trying to do evil things, let's boo them. Can we get a little example? Boo! Let me tell you what, there's a lot of genitals in this movie. Naked man genitals, naked lady boobs. Yeah, John? Yeah, he was excited. When you see those, let's give a nice ah. Yeah, just, it's nice to see naked genitals in a movie sometimes. It's fun. It's just for fun. And let's see. Lastly, when you see our hero, and you'll recognize him, pining after his love interest, which happens often, let's give him a nice get it, girl. Let's test that out.
Get it, girl!
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, but thank you very much. Let's watch a trashy movie. Heads or tails?
Tails.
All right, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay. All right, go.
Nuke 'Em High 2.
Class of Nuke 'Em High 1.
Toxic Avenger.
Okay. Toxic Avenger 2.
I was a teenage TV terrorist.
Killer Condom.
Class of Nuke 'Em High 3.
There you go.
Okay.
Cannibal Musical.
Got this, man.
Too much time. There's only like 4 Toxic Avenger movies and 5 Nuke 'Em High movies, but all right, wonderful. Way to go.
Welcome to our screening of Cool World. This is the one I've been really excited about. Before we start, put together a little reel of some stuff that's Cool World related, so we'll look at that. It's one of my favorite things to do. The reason we picked this movie is it's absolutely batshit insane. Everything about it is insane. The production of it was insane. It was originally pitched as an entirely different movie, as a horror film. It was going to be this kind of body horror film, and they were going to this guy was going to fuck a cartoon, and then they were going to birth this cartoon kid hybrid, and it was going to be this whole big thing. It had about 3 or 4 different screenwriters on it. The tone of it changed multiple times. Halfway through production, Kim Basinger met with the producers and said that she really wanted this movie to be the type of movie that she could show sick children in the hospital. And the producer was like, then why did you make this movie? And there was constant fighting over whether or not it would be a rated R film or a PG-13 film. PG-13 obviously won out. As I said, there were multiple screenwriters. There was a lot of anger. There's rumors of fights, like actual fist fights behind this production. There's just just a huge mess of a film. And it's really represented on screen. What you see just doesn't really make a ton of sense. Especially in the third act. You can definitely tell that there were rewrites, that there were recuts, all of that stuff. So, as always, we will have a drinking game to go along. Take a drink anytime someone says doodle. Take a drink anytime someone goes into Cool World. And take a drink anytime human or doodle fucking is mentioned. So, enjoy. I'm going to run up and we'll start the show.
Something a little bit different here, so you folks in the studio might want to watch your monitors. We're going to talk to the actual cartoon character from the film Cool World. Welcome to Los Angeles, Holly. How do you like show business?
Oh, I like it. But I find a lot of the people are phony and one-dimensional.
Really? You should try politics.
Yeah, men are too old.
Maybe you're a little too animated for most politicians.
That's the truth. Gotta run. Call me Bramford.
So Marin's passing out raffle tickets. You know the deal. If you stay it through all the way to the end, you get entered into a raffle for our grand prize, which we're keeping a secret all the way till the end. It's a little weird that I'm showing this movie just because one of the very first films that I showed here at the Zeitgeist was Multiple Maniacs, which was rated X, and there's a scene where a nun puts a crucifix in another nun's, I can say it, pussy. So when I did that, I was scared to death that people were gonna like pick it and be really upset. Nobody cared. I got some complaints when I showed Holy Mountain. I got some complaints when I showed Love on a Leash for a virtual screening, but you know, never shown anything quite like this. So what is Bat Pussy? That's actually kind of the fun of it, is nobody really knows what Bat Pussy is. It's a roughly 50-minute pornographic film, but I don't think, and I've been working on my arguments in case people are, you know, emphatic about why we shouldn't have shown this. I don't think it's actually porn because there is never an erection in the film. There is never actual full-on erection. There's never anything that's actually stimulating. Nobody will enjoy this. Even from an ironic level, it's gonna be a slog. This is not gonna be fun. I'm just letting you know. It's not gonna get better. It's not gonna all of a sudden be more palatable. It's just gonna be the same. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be the same thing for 50 minutes. And what is that? It's gonna be two drunk people half fucking and half arguing drunkenly the entire movie. That's all it's going to be. So your job as the detectives, because what people have done, like I said, nobody knows who starred in this movie. Nobody knows who made this movie. Nobody knows anything about this movie, but internet detectives and video detectives have searched every single frame to figure out that it was made roughly in 1971 based on the smut magazine that the main character is reading in the front of the film, and it takes place in Dallas, Texas. That is roughly all we know about this movie. So, I ask you, as we watch this, to try and figure out what the fuck is going on, because something's going on here. There's some relationship between these two characters. They're either married in real life, they're not. Figure it out. Help us figure out what the fuck is going on. What are they talking about? What do they keep arguing about? What is happening? And so it's a little hard to sometimes understand. So I ran this thing through a transcription service so that we could get some captions. They're not always accurate, but it'll help a little bit. Like I said, it's gonna be rough. So we found some short films to put before this, just a couple. Like I said in earlier screenings, this is a film festival. We did put out an open call. We did take in a lot of messed up stuff, and we got in some really messed up stuff. We didn't know where to put it. One of them, I honestly was saying we shouldn't, that I was worried about putting in.
I was high when I said it was a good idea to put it in.
So I won't tell you which one. But we have two short films. They're very interesting, and then we have Bat Pussy, and I will see you after. I'm sorry.
I am a lucky lady. All right, did you have anything you wanted to say?
I have nothing left to
Okay,
say.
there's nothing to say.
I'm tapped. That was a lot.